Hi everyone, welcome back to Falcon's House. Sorry for the delay in episodes. I was out of town in vacation in Las Vegas, and I was going to make a video about that, but I ended up not creating enough videos while I was there, so I don't really have any highlights. I did win about $160 in a mix of poker and some other table games. No slot machines though, those are too risky. Anyway, this is the Lost Watch Vlog, Season 2, Episodes 20 and 21. I am a lot farther ahead, I'm almost into Season 4, but I'm still trickling out these episodes at 1 to 2 episodes a week. So, I will eventually catch up to where I actually am with watching, but I feel like this is a better pace for the content to get as many views as possible. If I get a lot more views, maybe I will push out some episodes quicker, but for now, I think just 1 or 2 of these a week is enough. Okay, anyway, on to the episodes. Ana Lucia wants to talk to Henry again to try to get more information. He gets close enough to grab her by the throat and starts strangling her. Locke comes in and knocks him out with his crutch. He asks Henry, when he wakes up, why he didn't hurt Locke when he was trapped, and he says that Locke is one of the good ones. This is another time when the others are trying to separate the good ones and the bad ones. Ana Lucia wants revenge and asks Sawyer for a gun, but he tells her no. In the flashback, Ana Lucia goes into the police station after killing the guy who shot her, and she's questioned by her mother, who thinks that she is the one who did it. The police cars in the opening scene have numbers on them, and it is all of the normal numbers that are the bad luck numbers that we've been encountering through the whole show. Ana Lucia then quits the police and joins the TSA. She meets Jack's dad at the bar after her shift, and he asks her if she wants to run away to Australia with him to be his bodyguard. She agrees, and after a few days of drinking, they go out in the middle of the night to a house where he says his daughter is, and the woman won't let him in. So it seems like he has a second family. Maybe it's somebody we know, maybe it's somebody we don't know, but something is going on here that's different. Ana Lucia brings him back to the car after he creates a scene and drops him off at the bar where Sawyer is. Anna calls her mother and says that she is coming home. So this is why she's on the flight back to Los Angeles. Ana Lucia finds Sawyer picking fruit in the jungle. She then has sex with him and steals his gun. Jack and Kate bring Michael back to the hatch, and he tells everyone that he tracked the others down and that they are worse off than this group, and that he is going on a rescue mission for Walt. They then decide that they need more guns from Sawyer in order to successfully attack the others. Hurley and Libby are going on a picnic that Hurley planned. He gets lost and just leads them back to their beach, and she asks him if he brought blankets, and he says he didn't, so she says she'll go get them. Jack, Kate, and Locke go and get the guns from Sawyer. Ana Lucia goes into the safe room with Henry, and she tries to kill him, but can't do it, but gives him a knife to cut his ropes. Afterwards, Michael asks Ana Lucia why Sawyer has the guns, and she says it's a long story. He then tells her to give him the gun, and he will do it because he wants revenge on the others for taking Walt. She does, and then he apologizes to her and shoots her. Libby is getting blankets and walks in, and he startles him, and he shoots her too. Then he goes into the safe room and shoots himself in the arm so that he can let Henry out. I really, really hate Michael. He is the worst character on the show. And I don't like Charlie. I think he's a creeper and all the things that I've mentioned before. But Michael is worse. Like, he's now actively murdered people just to try to save Walt. And without really a plan, he's just doing what the others have told him to do at this point. And it's, I don't know. Michael's just the worst character. I mean, almost all of the bad things on this island happen because of him. Walt getting kidnapped, them finding the tail people, Ana Lucia killing Shannon, and giving guns to the others while looking for him. He is rash and unpredictable. Michael is wanting to go back to the others' camp to try to rescue Walt, and he has a list of names that he is supposed to bring. So that and then he has a list of names that he's supposed to bring, and then he burns so that nobody else will see it. Sawyer tells him that he recruited Saeed, but Michael says he doesn't want him to come with them. He tells Saeed that he isn't going, and they need to keep the group small. The flashback in this episode is different than the other flashbacks in the show, as it just shows Michael what was doing when he was separated from the group, and is not to his life prior to the island. 2 weeks earlier, Michael asks Locke for a gun and ammo to practice shooting. Locke gets it for him, but Michael knocks some ammo on the ground, and when Locke goes to pick it up, Michael hits him in the back of the head with the gun. He then goes to the computer and tries to communicate with Walt to find out where he is. Jack shows up in the hatch, and Michael looks at him and locks him and Locke in the safe room. He then leaves to find Walt. He then sees an other and approaches him, while some more sneak up behind him and take his rifle. He is able to momentarily escape, but they use Ebola to take him down and capture him. He is then questioned in the camp, and then an other shows up with Kate. Alex is then left with Michael while the rest of them meet Jack, Sawyer, and Locke. She tells Michael that they are just scaring them to leave them alone. She asks about Claire and the baby. Michael is taken to the others' camp, where they are dressed in ragged clothes, and there's a Dharma hatch guarded by 2 people with guns. He's approached by a woman named Miss Clue, who asks him about Walt, if he's had any headaches or dizziness as a child, and she seems to be in charge of Walt and is trying to figure out how he is special. Michael doesn't know the answers because he wasn't around. She tells him that they need to go back there to free Henry since he was captured. She says if he does, he can have Walt, and if he doesn't, he will never see Walt again. He agrees if he can see Walt now and talk to him. Walt tells Michael that they are making him take tests and that the others are not who they say they are. She then takes Walt away and gives Michael a list of names: Jack, Kate, Hurley, and Sawyer. They use Sawyer's real name that Michael doesn't recognize, but they tell him that it's Sawyer. She tells him to bring all of them and no extras, and he agrees if they also give him a boat to get off the island. Michael is trying to convince Hurley to go because he needs him, and it reminds him about Libby's death, but this doesn't change his mind. Saeed tells Jack that he thinks Michael is working with the others and to not trust him. Jack doesn't seem convinced, but does the safe thing and agrees. Charlie brings a vaccine kit to Claire for her and the baby that he found in the para-dropped supplies. I still don't like Charlie, and he is still a creeper on Claire, but this is a nice thing for him to do. And even though they probably don't need the vaccine, and I'm not convinced that the sickness is real, Charlie is still working on the church by himself. Vincent comes up with one of the Virgin Marys, and Charlie follows him back to Sawyer's stash, finds the rest of them, and throws them in the ocean. So hopefully nobody else needs them for medical reasons. I found it funny that Vincent was trolling him with the statue. Locke decides that he can walk without crutches again and takes off his splint. At the funeral, Hurley talks about Libby and is upset, and then decides that he will go with Michael to find Walt. Sun then notices a boat coming towards the island. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share with other Lost fans.